Good morning. Welcome on back. Okay. Back to working on this piece before I got removed. A piece at a time, you know? Everything's set properly, right? Let me see. Yeah, everything's fine. Just the little things, honestly. Be a little thinner. Hey, how's it going, Hex? How you been? Yeah, I'm working on zero on Drakengard. I've always wanted to do like a 0 and then a chord. So I'm kind of going down a list. All right. But yeah, I kind of want to do a lot of the Draken Nearverse characters. So you'll be seeing a lot more of different characters from the Drakenverse for sure. I already have like most of the face and everything like that made. I still haven't really got too much into the body. I'm just working on the foot right now because try not to get banned again. Try and do this thing where I don't get banned. But who knows? Go right there. Yep. I think that'll be fine. Do like a little inflate. First I'm gonna polish it like that, then I'll inflate it. Just a wee bit. Don't really gotta what will I do? Yeah, how's it going? How's it going, Kim? I don't think I'm really a fan of this one. I think what I can do, we'll see. I do need something that'll wrap around. And maybe I can get the same effect, but along those lines. Sort of like that, you know? Definitely sure there's a easier way, but I feel like doing it this way is easier for me at the moment. Need that to be kind of close, but not too close. I don't really want any gaps for whenever it prints. Like that will cause some issues. Why is the focus like not looping around the object like it normally does? Thank you. I'll do my best. All right. You have a wonderful night. Enjoy your sleep. Appreciate you stopping by. I think I should bring this about like the same. I can cut it. I did not know that was the pirates. Is that like a standard rate? And what is the circumference of these pies? Now, these are the real questions. judging by the size of these pies will determine if the price is fair or not. I think I'll do... I think that's kind of fair. Oh well. And y'all hear me okay, right? My thing says that it's catching my voice, so I'm assuming that y'all can. Yeah, I think that's fine. And how's it going, Chaos? How you doing? Probably won't go with that. I mean, I'll go with a sphere. Which one do I want to use? What do these do? Oh. So you've been... That's interesting. Playing around with this tool. How do I... Here we go. Like right there. Mm-hmm. Like right. About that shape. Move this a little bit higher. Hard to tell what the design is on it from a lot of the images. I even looked up like patterns and stuff like that, but yeah, a bit higher. Right there. Maybe same for this side. And I'll just remesh it too. Here we go. The general.
Not
There we go. Guess I could do the same. Maybe. Let's see. Got a different idea. Not that thick. Yeah, that'll do. Honestly, how I could have done get a strap too, but it's whatever. I want it to be kind of like, there we go. There we go. And then where is it? Oh, literally hovering it. Be along those lines. maybe. Bit longer. Or I'll end up remeshing this anyway. I guess we'll never know the circumference of those pies. Shame. Oops. How's it going, Max? How you been? Hopefully all has been well. Let me save. Yeah, we got listening to a bop, you know? It's Final Fantasy 13-2. Yeah, plus it's like right above my head now. No questions. Can't even question a song anymore because it's right there, right above me. Something that I added a while back. Added it Monday before the big ban. So I guess it's still kind of fairly new. Now you can actually see what I'm listening to, which is really nice. It does take a minute to update, but it's the best you can get for free, you know? I think it's I think it updates fairly decently. It takes about a minute or two. That's okay. It's kind of new. I added it Monday, and I haven't got to stream Tuesday or Wednesday last week because I was banned for 3 days. So it's like fairly new. I don't expect anyone to notice it right off the bat. For this sculpt that I'm working on, it was flagged as sexual content. Sexual and inappropriate content for showing genitalia, butts, or nipples. One of those three is what it said. Which there are no genitalia or nipples, so had to been butts. Yeah, Twitch has been getting really strict lately, like even stricter than before. Ever since they did the whole update on the VTuber thing about hips and stuff, I think that's when the system kind of like they updated the system around that time. So now it's hidden artists a little bit harder, especially 3D artists. So a lot of us work from base messages, you know? Yeah, pretty much. And the thing is, with a lot of us, we keep it safe for work on stream, you know? Even the not safe for work artists keep it safe for stream, and they work on it off stream if they're adding anything that would be considered not safe for work, you know? And I never had any issues before. I've been doing the same thing for like a year now on Twitch. And it was like last week that I decided, you know what? Today's your day. Can't ban me for making a foot. It's just a foot. Doesn't you can't even see toes. Eventually I have to work on the rest of the body, but kind of like stuck in a limbo right now. So I'm kind of debating if I was to get banned again, probably have to rethink how I stream art. It'll probably just be exclusively on YouTube, to be honest. So right now I do stream on both Twitch and YouTube. My YouTube is just Nixaltius 3D, and I also have a gaming YouTube, which is just Nixaltius. And I think that if I get banned again, I'll just do art only on YouTube, and I'll do something else with this account on my Twitch side, probably just game or something like that. I don't know. I don't want to go through the non-stop banning and fear of being banned for something. Yeah, but I've noticed, to be fair, the one VTuber that got banned recently, I kind of figured why, which is still kind of messed up, but I think that's why I got hit too, is because someone kind of like brought it to everyone's attention that they got banned for showing a certain part of the body, like normal part of the body, whatever, and it was clothed. But the issue came in to where it was zoomed in for a portion of time, because they were going over the outfit and they're zooming in on parts of the outfit while working their way up from the feet up, you know, so everyone can see the details. And I think that's where the issue really lies in, is zooming in on certain parts for long periods of time. And we don't know exactly what long periods of time are, you know. And I think that's what kind of got me, because I was sculpting the torso and stuff like that, and I was connecting the legs to the torso and everything like that, and usually you have to like smooth out between the connections whenever you connect it and all that stuff. So I was kind of zoomed in more into the lower region, like the butt and everything like that. And I think that's what got me banned more than anything else. I think I'm probably safe if I'm zoomed out, but if I zoom in to actually try to sculpt it, I might get hit, you know? But that's just a guess. Yeah, you just have to be careful when zooming into things. And that's what someone kind of pointed out with that one VTuber, because they're zooming in on parts of their bodies and stuff like that to kind of show off their new model. And that could have been the what triggered the, hey, this isn't right system. Kind of sucks because kind of have to zoom in as an artist sometimes, you know. That's just my guess. I was watching other 3D artist streams, and they were having the same issue too, where they were sculpting stuff and then all of a sudden they were getting warnings and everything like that too. And that's where I also kind of like thought maybe it is because of zoom in. There's only one way to find out, but I'm not really in a position to test it out right now. I'm not trying to get banned on another Monday just to disappear for an entire week again, because I only stream Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Yeah, that's what I think is going on. I really hope that one day, I know that Twitch doesn't really care too much about the art category, so it's probably never really gonna happen, because it always feels like whenever something happens, it also affects us too, to a degree. And the one time that they had it, the artist category, kind of like something good for artists, they kind of took it back because there's a lot of people that took advantage of it, and we're just pretty much streaming straight porn in here in the category, and then it kind of ruined it for actual artists, and then they took it back. I hope that one day they'll kind of like figure something out, but I doubt, because it always feels like they don't really care too much about the art category, because the art category is kind of like niche, I suppose. Kashira. So we just take hits from other categories if anything happens. They update the attire on the VTubers. The art community gets hit because art falls in the same as VTubers because, you know, it's a bunch of pixels in the form of a human being or a creature of some sort. Only work on the foot for so long. Anyway. I need to... I don't want the foot to get too far into detail and stuff like that, so I will need to go to the body. Fuck it, we ball. Okay. I'm just gonna delete this folder. Oops, I meant to say delete all. Oh well. And we'll just mirror and weld. There's multiple subdivisions. There you go. I'm thinking. It's not what I want, but yeah, what I'll do. Merge this down for a moment. Yeah, mirrors on. Like right there. That's fine. Actually, I need to... Actually, don't even need the... fine. We'll keep it. And now I'll just adjust the... the parts of the shoes, stuff like that. Or just do it like an... let's see. Shoe, transpose set. Hey, I'm Jake. Thanks for the follow. And welcome on in. I'm just working on Zero right now from Drakengard. I'm a big fan of the Nier and Dragon Guard verse games, so but why not? You know? This is the one I need. I forgot to, whatever. It's whatevs. Like a 2-second fix. I keep forgetting to turn on the symmetry. That's fine. There you go. And I did the same kind of mistake with the ribbon too. Well, the tie, it's not really ribbon, but more of a tie there. There you go. This is actually a return to 0 because I was working on 0 before. I just kind of stopped at one point. I ended up getting distracted with other things. Actually, just going through. Oop. There you go. Just getting the colors. We'll wait and see. There you go. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, be fine. I need to fix the arm over here too. We'll do not groups, features. Have to where is Clay? One second. Need to inflate somewhere. Right there. Action needs to be higher. Oh, it's fine right there. It's fine. Turn off. There you go. Got my eye on my email. At least they'll send me a warning first, like they did last time. I was to be going too ham. Surely. Last time I had a warning, but I didn't see it until like after the fact. So by then it was like, you know, too late. There you go. I'm not gonna do a fill. I just mess everything up. There we go. Like how the head's not visible, so just you just see the stomp. I'll just call this, I'll just make a folder, call this one dress. There you go. That's where this is all gonna be part of. I'm just making kind of like separate pieces in a way. You'll see why in a moment. Like right there. How is the, I don't know. Like right there. Testing out some things. I think the shade and the color and everything like that matters too. A bit thicker. Yeah. What is this? 3292? Okay. I'll remember that. Because this will be the same 3292. Not to be exact. But just enough. Because I need enough thickness to that way I can sculpt on it and not cause any issues too, you know? This is fabric, so with a sculpt that kind of look into it. And if it's too thin, it tends to mess up a little bit more. So having a little bit thicker helps. And this will connect. I'm gonna combine these pieces once I have them. I just find it easier to do something like this. Mainly because of the front dress portion. But I'll make that once I pose. I just need to get the general. Oh, like right there. Okay. That'd be fine. Right there is fine. Can do another little inflate, but thicker. There we go. There. So I gotta keep things organized. To name that hands. Where are your hands? Dude. Oops. I need to make we'll thin it out a bit. I just need to fix. Okay. This is a good spot. I didn't even think about the pose. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't put any thought into how I want the pose to be. It seemed to have hit a lock in a row. Maybe I'll work on the hands a bit more, and then tomorrow I'll do some thinking for tomorrow on how I want the pose to be. Yeah, I'll Do the hands. And do some thinking. I'll end up blending this all together anyway, just for now. And do some adjusting. We're gonna kind of thin out fingers so they're not as thick. So far, everything good. Okay. Once I get him to the thinness of my liking. Isn't really too much. I think that should have did it. Yep. Yeah, they're like blending together now. Yep, perfect. Go to 1. And then I'll half it from there. I keep halving it until it gets to the point that I like. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. Fuck. It's fine. I think that should be, it's fine. Should be fine. Right. Doesn't have to be like perfect or exact. Say that, and then I'm over here like trying to correct. There we go. Much better. I don't like this being the same green. There we go. That's just a me thing.
what I've been
How's
waiting
it going,
for. That's what it's all
Wolf?
about.
How you been?
Woo!
How's your streams going? And welcome on in. I'm Nick Altius. I am a 3D character artist for 3D printing. Currently working on Zero from Drakengard 3, which is the beginning of the whole Nearverse. If anyone's ever played like Near Automata or Near Replicant, whatever. There's a series of game called Drakengard that came out before then. And I'm working on Zero from Drakengard. How's it going? How'd your stream go? There you go. A little shout out there. I'm glad to hear that went well. What were you playing? What was the game of choice today? Anything fun and exciting, or just exciting and frustrating? Multi-streaming Elden Ring? Nice. So you're streaming on YouTube too, or a different platform? YouTube and Twitch? Nice. That's what I'm doing. I'm streaming on both YouTube and Twitch. Because I understand there's people that enjoy YouTube streaming. There's people that enjoy Twitch streaming. So it's nice to be able to do best of both worlds, you know? I don't know if I follow your YouTube channel. If you don't mind, you're more than welcome to link your YouTube in chat. For anyone that wants to follow you on YouTube too, at least it'll be in chat too. And I can follow your YouTube. I just follow you on Twitch, I believe. I don't think I follow you on YouTube. Yeah, there are definitely some things that I do like. There are some things that I do like that YouTube does. Like the encoding and just the freedom that you kind of have. Because instead of just banning you, they just won't monetize you. You lose demonetization on that video. Unless you do something like... There are things that'll get you banned, of course, but for the most part, for doing art and stuff like that, they won't ban you. They just, I think I get more issues from YouTube through DMCA, like music, copyrighted music, than I do with anything else, you know? That's the only downside to YouTube that I don't really like, is the whole music issue. So I like to listen to music while I do work and stuff like that, and it's either like, I can mute the music for stream and I'm the only one that can hear music, or I could just not play music at all, or I could find like DMCA safe music. But half the time that music's not even, I wouldn't say not good, but it doesn't pique my interest, you know? It's not my form of interest on a lot of the DMCA free music. Yeah, you're more than welcome to drop the links are available. You're more than welcome to drop it in chat for us, so that way we can give you a follow. Anyone that's watching that wants to check you out on both YouTube and Twitch, they can click on the link that you drop in chat if you decide to. Don't worry, I won't ban you. Links are safe here. Yeah, it is a little bit, you can bypass that if you go into your live settings where you're like putting in your where you get your key and all that stuff. There should be like an autoplay thing that you can click on and off, and it'll automatically start your stream without you worrying about doing that extra step. It's under stream settings, and it should be like an automatic play. So I have that set on mine, so I don't have to hit start stream on YouTube. It just automatically starts on YouTube. It should be under the stream settings though. Just click that bad boy on and you don't have to worry about it. And then it'll kind of do the same for when you end stream. It'll automatically in the stream without you having to press the end stream button. It takes a minute, but it'll do it. It just takes a minute for it to register that, hey, you turned off a stream on OBS. It's not still capturing anything, so you can start opening up all your windows as soon as you click stop stream on OBS. It's not still recording you or anything like that. But that used to be one of the things I didn't like either, until I found out that there's a little button. There's a little button that just turns it off. Well, auto starts and auto ends. How's it going, Peachy? Hopefully all is well. Yeah, YouTube schedule is nice. I don't really use the YouTube scheduling as much though. I just use the just start live. I have my thing all named and stuff the way I want it named. So all I do is start the live button. Because there's the scheduling half and then there's the whenever you just go live one. Then I just go back into the YouTube thing and fix it, you know? Eating tacos, nice. Soft, hard shell. What are we doing? Or is it breakfast tacos? You gotta be very specific here. There's tacos and then there's breakfast tacos. I know breakfast tacos ain't famous everywhere, but here in the South, we do enjoy our breakfast tacos. Oh. Okay. I'm like looking at time, I'm like, is it? It's still like breakfast to me, but like 11:41 a.m. I usually don't think of eating lunch until like 1-ish. I guess that's fair. What's a breakfast taco? It's a soft. You get yourself a nice tortilla. You get yourself some eggs and you put that in there. Some bacon or potatoes or sausage. It's really up to you, or all three. And then you get some cheese. And then you put in like your salsa, whatever like that, and you got yourself a breakfast taco. That's pretty much all a breakfast taco is you take, it's the base is usually like eggs or refried beans or something like that, because there's beans and there's a bean and cheese breakfast taco. There's the egg, bean and cheese. There's the chorizo with cheese and stuff like that. Sorry if I'm butchering it. I'm trying my best. I know the native Spanish speakers are probably like, you're not rolling the R enough on the chorizo. But there's that. And it's really just whatever mix and match, whatever breakfast items that you have on a plate, just wrapped in the tortilla. And that's pretty much a breakfast taco. Ah, thank you, thank you. They're very breakfast tacos are really popular in Texas, at least, because I live in Texas. And I know that whenever I visited other states and stuff like that, they're like, what's a breakfast taco? In other countries, like, what's a breakfast taco? And then you like kind of explain, they're like, oh, that sounds delicious. Some people, if you really want to go big back with your breakfast taco, some people, what they do is they get a pancake and they put all their stuff on top of the pancake and they roll that up instead, or at least like fold it. So then you have a pancake with egg, bacon, and cheese and little drizzle of syrup or whatever. You eat it that way. I love breakfast tacos. That's why whenever someone says tacos and it's the morning, I always ask, is it regular taco or are we doing a breakfast taco? I do love my breakfast tacos. Then it's the same if you get like a breakfast burrito. It's the same thing, just wrapped up in a burrito. That way you can eat your breakfast on the go. Yeah. Torchy's used to has like a thing that they bring back every now and then. And it's a breakfast taco, but it has like, it's made out of waffles. And it's like chicken and waffles breakfast taco. So it's like, it has waffle that's folded with like chicken tenders and syrup and stuff like that. And then it also has like your normal whatever mix and match you want to put in there, whether it be egg, potatoes, bean, chorizo, cheese, you know, all that stuff. Whatever you want to mix and match in there. Or throw it all in there if you want. I haven't tried any with gravy though. I usually just keep it basic because I like to add like salsa and all that stuff to it. I'm a salsa lover when it comes to my tacos and stuff like that. I don't go too ham on my breakfast tacos. But yeah, 10 out of 10, highly recommend. If you ever have any tortillas or anything like that, doesn't matter what type of corn, like tortilla you have, whether it's flour or corn, it's really up to your preference. And then just next time you're making breakfast and you have some tortillas on hand, just go ahead and dump that breakfast in a tortilla and then slather some salsa on there if you want. The type of salsa doesn't matter. It's whatever fits your interest at the day, you know, and enjoy. Laser Wolf's like, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try it ASAP. Make me some breakfast tacos. The classic is just bacon, egg, and cheese. That's like the classic. And then you go off from there, you know. I prefer I normally do bacon, egg, and cheese, but I also do potatoes, the diced potatoes in there. That's usually my mixture. And then I throw some salsa. See, you already living the life. You already doing it. Didn't even realize you're doing it. Breakfast eggs. There you go. Yeah, it sounds really solid. I like using the bacon grease whenever I'm making stuff that recalls, like the other day I made potato soup and the recipe called to put the potatoes in like a bowl with plastic wrap over it and put it in a microwave or something like that to steam it to try to soften up the potatoes. But I was like, nah, that's too boring. That's too bland. So what I did was I First I put it in a bowl. I chopped it up, you know, cubed up the potatoes. And then I put it in a bowl. I put in some seasoning, you know, like salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, you know, stuff like that. And then I well, before I did that, I drizzled some olive oil in there, so that way the seasoning definitely sticks too. And I tossed all that in the bowl with the seasoned olive oil and the potatoes. Tossed that in the bowl, and then I made sure I got a pan nice and hot. And then I added the potatoes to the pan, and since there's already oil like tossed around in the potatoes won't stick, so you're good. You don't have to add oil to the pan. Just make sure the pan is hot. And then I you know, stirred that up. And then the potatoes, when the potatoes are like almost soft, like halfway there or whatever, I'm like, okay, they're almost soft. I added chopped bacon to it. I chopped up some bacon. This is not cooked yet. The bacon's not cooked, because by the time the bacon is done cooking, the potatoes should be done. Like, they should be soft, you know? So then I toss in the chopped up bacon in there, and you know, cooked it up. Once the potatoes and the bacon were fully cooked, the potatoes are soft and everything like that, you know, toss on the lid every now and then to keep the steam in there, to really soften the potatoes faster before you add the bacon, of course. And then once that was done, I put it in a bowl, and then because this was all in a pot, and then I added in like the cream and all the other stuff to start making the soup and everything like that. Well, I added in like the chopped onions, garlic, and I softened the chopped onions and garlic in the oil and the grease that was left behind the pan. And then I added in like the sauce base and all that stuff. And once that was pretty much done, cheese throw in there. Then I tossed in the potatoes and the bacon. And we got ourselves a nice soup. A nice potato soup. Ten out of 10. Would bake again. Well, not bake. Would cook again. Came out really good. It was like 2 days worth, so no more soup. I ate all soup gone. I'm making a pasta dish today too. I forget what it is. I have to look at the recipe. I have all the stuff needed to make it. Yeah, it came out really good. I enjoy cooking for the most part. Of course, we all have those days where like, I don't really feel like cooking. But mostly during the weekday, I try to cook, and I save the weekends for eating out and a little cheat, yeah. But mostly during the weekday, I cook. And I do like the I do HelloFresh. Saves me time on having to. Main thing is I like the way that they portion out the stuff. So it's like a meal for two, you know? So I'm definitely getting a meal for two, so I can eat half of it one day and the other half the next day. And I'm not wasting anything. That's the big thing. is it reduces, I feel like it reduces a lot of waste. I know I can make something and then it'd be like, oh, just put it in a freezer or make it and you have 5 days worth of food. But I personally, I really can't eat the same thing every single day for a week straight. I know there's like, you know, people that meal prep and they just like, oh, I'm having chicken and rice today, and they have like 5 days of chicken and rice and you're just reheating that. Yeah, I can't do that. If I make something and it's like leftovers, I'm eating it today and tomorrow. If it's like leftovers past that, I'm probably not really gonna eat it. I'm gonna be honest. This is like Thanksgiving stuff. Thanksgiving food's pretty good. Like you can eat that all day and all night. You'll get your mojo back, Peachy. Just give it some time. Mojo Jojo. Yeah, I forget what I'm making today. Let me see. I can just look. It's pork sausage rigatoni rosa with cream cheese, zucchini, and parm. I love zucchini. Rigatoni. The dish that I want to try? I don't know. I can't think of anything because most of the stuff that I wanted to try were in Japan and I already got to try it when I went there. Can't really think of a dish that I would want to try. I feel like everything I wanted to try, I tried it at some point in my life. I don't know. Yeah, I can't think of anything on top of my head. I'm a seasoned traveler. My passport's been used. I used to leave the country like once a year. Between the 2011 to like 2017, I was like always out of the country. And along the way, we stopped like in Germany and stuff like that too. So I tried a lot of stuff there. So it'd have to be somewhere. It can't be. I have to figure out somewhere that I like to eat that's not Asian related, not UK related or German related or whatever. Not Middle East. I've been to Curacao, which is north of Venezuela, and they have pretty interesting food there too. With the craziest being iguana soup, which I've tried. Not the best. Well, not a fan anyway. Would say it's not the best. I'm pretty sure that, you know, there's people that love it, and then there's me that didn't really love it. Oh no. Yeah, I had to like really think on that. Not as exotic as iguana soup. Red snapper. Is that Korean? Guessing that's a MHM, but you accidentally put MYM. So it is Korean. Can't just write yes. God dang it. Gosh, Garnet. Garnet. Let's see. Double. I meant to say, gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. That's the word. That's what we're looking for. I just can't English today. So what exactly is this said dish? You said the name. You gotta educate us. What is this dish? Uh-oh. Thanks. Dang, Peachy. Just drop a link. It's okay. You can drop a link. Looks good. Well, it sounds good anyway. Want this to be more round. Yeah, like that. That's fine. I don't know. You copied, paste, and hit enter. Couldn't you copy and paste the URL and hit enter too? Aha. Yeah. In the URL block. Select all and cut. Less text. It should be easier. It's less text. I just sent the whole Google search, to be honest. I just sent the Google URL. Tisk tisk. Sure. Likely story. 10 years. Without parole. You only get one phone call a week. Oh. Well. Nope. Shouldn't have said anything. No phone calls. Phone privilege is gone. It's like go to court and then so it's you're getting your sentence and then you're like, that's all? And then they're like, oh, that's not punishment enough for you? Okay, shit. Electric chair, that's all? Surely you could do better than that. And then the judge is like, the fuck? All right. Firing squad. Shit. Burned at the stake. Did you see that speaking of like prison systems and all stuff like that, did you see that Salvador is like considered the safest country in Americas right now because of the whole new system that they have set up? The whole jail system, they pretty much went down everywhere and gathered up every single gang member ever and put them into a like max security thing that has like no beds or anything, and it's like 100 people jammed into one room with metal bunks, and all you get is a sheet. And then if you like do anything like disruptive in there, then they even have like a little box with a little hole in the ceiling, and that's the only light you get. And it's like a thing that's full of water, a toilet, and a sheet of rock. That's where you're laying on. You don't get it. You lose your blanket at that point. Yeah, no blanket. You're just straight rock. Yeah, it's because the gangs in there from my understanding was like really bad, and then they got a new like president or whatever, and he pretty much cleaned up the entire country. So if you're like related to any gang whatsoever, you're pretty much gonna get locked up in there. And then the worst part is it's treated like kind of like a zoo, so people can actually walk through it and look at all the inmates that are all jam-packed in these rooms. And it's literally just a single like a cell with a bunch of bunk beds made out of pure metal, and then there's like your little toilet and bath on the side there, and that's pretty much it. That's all you get. And they just stay locked up, and it's like, okay, you try to escape. They have like multiple walls, one that's like 27 feet tall, and it's like electric, like completely electrified. Nah, the Geneva Convention only works from if you do it against other countries. The country is free to do what they want to their own people, but they can't do certain things to other countries' people. I kind of learned that when I was in the military because we use hollow points here in the US, we can use hollow points on each other, but if you're overseas, they don't allow us to use hollow points because it goes against the Geneva Convention. So we can shoot ourselves at hollow points, but people of other countries, no. Yeah, since they expand and everything, and they leave like a huge ass hole. Yeah, you can use your own people, but not your own. Remember that. And then that the prison, the people that they hire as guards are people that were affected by the gang members, whether they lost family members or anything like that from the gangs. So then it becomes even more personal, because now you're the guard that's guarding you is probably like wants some type of vengeance against you at this point. You're like, oh, you're that guy that did X, Y, and Z to my family. I'm your guard now. You could, there's a whole documentary on it on YouTube. I can't remember what it's called. Let me see what if I can find it. I'll link it. It's a really cool documentary, interesting documentary. The dude was like walking through it. I say cool. I'll say interesting. We'll say interesting. Let's see. There's like so many videos. I mean, if you just look up El Salvador prison, there are like tons of videos on it. I can't find the one that I specifically watched. There's like so many of them. This happened like a year ago. A year or two ago. Oh, this one. This is the one that I watched. Okay, I found it. They can't, because he what he did was not only did he what he did was he basically bumped up the military force and all that stuff, but then he found any and all like politics, or you know, the governors and stuff like that were also corrupted and bribed and stuff. They're also locked up. He removed them from the office, and he pretty much just like cleaned up the streets from there. So if you were like a cop that was working with the gangs, locked up. If you're a politician that was working with the gangs, locked up. And they were like, he was like full, basically he went in full military force, like full military with the tanks and everything. And he like completely like cleaned up the entire streets. Like they were raiding houses, they were hitting you at the store. You were not safe if you were a gang member. And if you have like any affiliation, like if they check you and you have a tattoo, you better be able to explain that tattoo quick. You're about to get locked up. Yeah, pretty much. I'm pretty sure that he put himself in like max security or something like that for a while to make sure he was safe during the whole thing. But it's been like what, over a year now that it's happened? About 2 or 3 years now. Yeah, you really can't, because now it's one of the safest countries in the Americas. And a lot of people were who've been there now ever since the change and stuff like that, it's like, oh yeah, it's like super safe now. It's because they were losing a lot of money, especially when it comes to tourists and stuff like that too. And everyone was just leaving, sort of, you know. If they didn't do something quick, they probably wouldn't even be there anymore. Because it was getting like out of control, out of control. Yeah, that is true. But what are you gonna do, you know? Like, even if you, at the point that he's at right now, even if you go for that type of attempt and you do successfully take him out, you're gonna go straight to jail, to that max prison, and the policies and everything that he has set up is gonna still be in effect. Because you take out one person, that's like, that's only like the tip of it all, you know? You're gonna have to completely you're gonna have to jailbreak and everything. Yeah, it's too solidified. You might have been able to get him at the beginning whenever he like first set office and you're like, oh shit, he's gonna change things. That's the time to do it. But after he already solidified everything, he built a max prison and has it completely set up, and the workers there are people that are affected by the crimes. Even if a new governor comes in, it won't, they can't change anything. It's like set in stone at this point. They can't reverse that. You're gonna have to like completely wipe out the prison and everything like that. It's gonna be like one of it. The only way I can see that being reversed, it's gonna take like decades of like trying to reverse it, because things don't go bad overnight. It takes a really long time for things to go bad, so it'll definitely take some time before anything reverses. Because, you know, old age, there's such thing as like old age. Father time gets us all anyway, so yeah, the warden's having a personal stake involved too. So yeah, like if I was a warden or one of the guards working there, and yeah, I'm not gonna let anything slip. If you were working with me and you're like, hey yo, I have a prison break planned, or I get a hint of a prison break and I'm a guard that was affected by the people that were in there, you're gonna have to take me out too, because I'm not gonna let you let these people free, you know? It's personal. Break their legs and then lock them up too. It's like, oh, you want to help? Okay. Locked up. And then there's the people too, the ones that were like the normal civilians and stuff like that were affected. If anything was to happen, they're riot. I'm pretty sure that the civilians are riot. It didn't take matters into their own hands, and then next you know, you got vigilantes and Batmans running around. You know? Dang, not the taco. I think that's the biggest thing, is the people would that have been living in this type of peace would also do something too. Because they see, at first, whenever you're going through that kind of stuff, you're probably like, you lose hope and you're like, oh, there's no way this is ever gonna be fixed. We're gonna be stuck like this forever. And then when things are fixed, you're gonna be like, damn, I'm fighting for this. I'm not going back. So yeah, everything's too set in stone. And it's only been like 18 minutes. That's crazy. Last time I looked at the clock, it was like noon, and I was like, oh shit. I don't have that command. Should be in 2 hours and 20 minutes though. So I can see it on the OBS on the side where it shows like your time online. Nah. I think the only command I have is exclamation point raiders, but I don't have stream raiders going. I have I think if you do exclamation point commands, you might get a list of commands. There are commands. It's just that a lot of them don't work. The ones that would work are gonna be on the list. Yeah, I think if you do exclamation point commands, there should be a list of commands from there. It's just that whenever I stopped streaming for like almost half a year to a year, a lot of my stuff got messed up or rearranged or whatnot, and I didn't set everything back up. But I also kind of learned over time that I like everything kind of minimalistic too. Less stuff flying across the screen and everything like that, so it makes it easier for recording later, you know. Whenever I upload the speed sculpt of the stream, it doesn't have like stuff flying all over the place. My YouTube has like no notifications whatsoever. I was watching like a bunch of other YouTube streamers and stuff like that, big and small, and I noticed that a lot of them don't have don't turn on their notifications or anything, which I think would be pretty decent for that, especially for YouTube in general. And been doing some looking around. Apparently there's some people that prefer not having notifs on streams, like they'll be scared to follow because they just want to chill, you know. And whenever you hit that follow button and it pops up across the screen, then you have like all eyes on you in a way, because now you're drawing in the streamer's attention and stuff like that, and a lot of people don't really want that attention. They just want to follow and just chill and relax and watch. So I'm like in the mix of like, do I want to remove the follow notifications and stuff like that? Because I feel that sometimes too whenever I like watching streams. I'm like, man, I'm just chilling right now. Like I'm at work right now and I don't want to follow, and then they start asking me questions and stuff like that, and I can't reply because I'm at work, you know. So sometimes I'll wait until they end stream and then I'll follow them. Then I'll just keep the tab open and wait until they end stream, and then I'll hit the follow button. So that's where I'm kind of at when it comes to streams. And I didn't realize it was a thing that I was doing for the longest until someone like kind of brought it up in one of their streams that I was watching. I was like, yeah, now that I think about it, I do that shit too. But I know there's like two sides to the coin, you know. There are some people that want the hey, I followed, say something, say hi, you know. And there's some people that don't want to be acknowledged for the follow or anything like that. So I wish there was like two separate forms of follow that you can do. Yeah, I think so too. I wish that they had like two types of follows, like a silent, you know how whenever you subscribe to someone's channel, it gives you the option to like pop it up on the screen and send it out to everyone or not. I wish they did something like that for follows too, where it's like, hey, I want to follow, but I don't want the notification to be set off. Or I want to follow and I want the notification to be set off. Because they do that already with subscriptions. I can resubscribe to someone and not notify them that I'm resubscribed to them for 48 months or something like that, you know? I can just close out of it and then keep typing like nothing happened. Yeah. Whenever you subscribe, it like pops up on your in the chat, like above the chat, and then it has like a little share button. And if you hit share, then it lets you type something, and then you hit enter, and then it'll send the notification like, hey, I subscribed. But you can also just subscribe and it doesn't send a notif at all. So I already do that a couple times to like other streamers. Whenever I use my Twitch Prime. But yeah, it's a thing. For now, I'll keep notifications on for my my art stream. I'll keep the notifications on and stuff like that. But for my gaming YouTube and my art YouTube, I don't have any notifications or anything like that. I think the only yeah, I don't have any notifications for that on my YouTube side. It's just Twitch side that I have notice for. Which I'll probably be gaming more on my YouTube exclusively. I'll probably be gaming more on there. I just haven't decided on what game that I want to focus on the most. Because I understand that as a content creator, it's better to become an authority of somewhat of a certain game, to where it's like everyone knows you for that specific game. And they can count on you to go for that specific game. But when it comes to that, you gotta make like, they're doing like studies and shit, and it was like you gotta make over 100 videos towards that one game before anyone like really starts to see you as like, oh, this guy is that type of game or whatever like that. Like, oh, they only play Final Fantasy 14, I can go to them for all Final Fantasy 14 related content. Or, oh, they play Monster Hunter or whatever like that, you know? And my problem is thinking of a game that I could play for long periods of time and make a bunch of videos for of that one specific game. Like, you can still do variety, but variety is very difficult to grow with as a content creator. You're probably wondering, where do I get all this information, stuff like that from? I watch a lot of Devin Nash. He's a really good, he does a lot of informative stuff on content creation and business and stuff like that. And he's definitely worth the watch. He streams on both like YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that. But he does a lot of insight on if you're trying to become like a content creator or just try to start a business of any sort and stuff like that. So he breaks down everything on an analytical level and stuff. And that was a lot of the things that he has like a couple of videos that talks about being a games specific streamer and things that you'll probably have to do if you want to be a gaming streamer. Because a lot of times, a lot of people, a lot of bigger streamers that you see, they don't really play games. If you think about it, like, yeah, they still play games, but a lot of them are like they react to stuff and they give their views on any type of issues that go on. Like, if you look up like Moist Critical or Asmin or anything like that, you'll see that they sprinkle in games every now and then, but a lot of the stuffs are like chatting about any type of dramas or reviews and what's going on, you know? it's hard to be a pure gaming channel. And the ones that are like pure gaming channels are ones that are like specific for one niche or whatever. Like maybe your channel is focused on just playing Warframe, so you make a lot of videos about Warframe, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, the chatters that sprinkle in games every now and then, but most people usually don't go to them for like, they go to them for their game reviews, like what are their opinion on their games. Why is that a shot at you? And how's it going, Akali? Not Akali, Akuli. Why did I say Akali? I was thinking of fucking League of Legends. How's it going, Akuli? Akali main. Hell yeah. I mean, that's a good thing then. Like, if you wanted to be a content creator, you know the game that you enjoy and that you want to play, that you've been playing. Like, technically, if I was to focus on, if I know a single game that I could focus on, but I don't really want to focus on it because one, not that many people really care much for it unless you're like high elo or whatever, is like League of Legends. I can play League of Legends all day and every day. I've been playing it all day and every day for years now, but I don't really know any informative content that I can make on League of Legends, being like, you know, gold and silver. Like, no one's really gonna listen to anything I just say. Being gold and silver, I have to hit like grandmaster or something like that. It's either be really good at the game or be really bad at the game when it comes to games like that. Final Fantasy? Yeah, or funny, like really funny. But even the funny part's kind of difficult, you know. I haven't touched Final Fantasy in a minute. Like, I cleared out the, I'm like waiting. I usually pick up Final Fantasy 14 like every like 6 or so months or whatever to play any new content that they add, because we're gonna be stuck on this expansion for 2 years. And I'm a story player at this point. I think what I like, I'm right now, I think that what I might do, the game that I might be focusing on or on my gaming channel, is I'll probably do Monster Hunter, to be honest. So I really enjoy Monster Hunter, and it's a game that like you can play with other people. So it's easy. It's games like that where you play with other people and you're like actually playing, you know, it's a lot interactive between you and everyone else, and it's good on like collabs and stuff like that too. So I could play Monster Hunter with other Monster Hunter creators and normal players and stuff like that. It's not toxic. Like, because I played like League of Legends on stream and I also did Dead by Daylight on stream and stuff like that. Whenever you try to drop your link in a game, not like after a game or whatever, the losing team usually starts flaming you, especially in Dead by Daylight. For the most part, in my years of playing Monster Hunter, because I played Worlds, a lot of the Monster Hunter community is not really toxic. They're very passionate about builds and stuff like that, but not really like toxic, like compared to like League of Legends players and Dead by Daylight players. Like, if you ever played a game as a content creator for Dead by Daylight, which I've done before, and you do it as a killer, if you don't play killer in a very specific way that is liked by the survivors, they will flame you. They will come into your stream and start flaming you. Like, you tunneled me. It's like, no, I didn't. You just kept getting caught out. Like I literally left, bro. I didn't tunnel you at all. You literally unhook. You get unhooked and then you run off into my face. I'm not gonna ignore you. It could be better now, but in my time, it was definitely pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. And what else was there about Monster Hunter? Oh, it also kind of loops, not loops, but it connects to other games. So if you do get tired of playing so much Monster Hunter will also be a good gateway into games like a Souls-like game. Like you can go from Monster Hunter to one of the Souls games if you wanted to. Because they're kind of treated and looked at kind of the same. And you can also branch into like other action games and stuff like that too. So there's a lot of expansion that you can do. Is you can kind of expand into other games. Because once you kind of genre lock yourself, you're kind of, you know, as I say, genre locked. So you're kind of stuck in that form of games for a while. And it's hard to break out of that game. See, you get it, Laser. Of course, this is just me regurgitating stuff that I've like seen and heard from watching, like, you know, Devin Nash and a bunch of other content creators that talk about you want to be a content creator, you know. I really just pressed go live. I did like a lot of research and try to figure out what I want to do as a content creator, and I think about the long run. Like, do I want to do this for the rest of my life? Play this one game for the rest of my life? That's what it pretty much happens. And for me, coming from like, I've done variety and I've done single game. So I kind of like have the experience of like, the difference between playing variety games and the experience of playing like a single game. So I've been streaming since like 2019. And the most viewership that I ever had was because I was streaming a single game for like 6+ months. Like that was the only game I streamed. But I got tired of the game, and so I stopped streaming it. And then I was right back to me and the family pet type streams, you know, where it's like you have that one, but it's not really a one. It's probably the family pet watching you to try to give you some morale because you don't want to stare at a giant goose egg the entire time. Enter the Gungeon, nice. I know a couple people that play that game. I haven't played it myself, but it looks really fun. Yeah, that's the hardest part, is just letting it go. But you gotta do what's best for yourself too at the end of the day, you know? If you're not feeling it and it's kind of hitting your mental health a little bit, where you're like, man, I really don't want to stream today. I'm getting kind of tired of this game or whatever. Probably reevaluate a little bit, you know, before you completely burn yourself out and then disappear for like a year like I did. So I was like kind of burned out. for playing the same thing every day. So what was it? It was like 2020, half of 2022 and half of 2023. I was kind of like here but not here. I stream like once every 3 or 4 months or something like that. And it wasn't until like the October-ish of 2023 when I started to stream consistently again. It really does take a specific type of character to do a one specific game. Props to those people. You can do genres too. Just pick a genre that you really enjoy and then try to stick with that genre, whether it be like just straight horror games. That works too, you know. If you're a fighting game player, you only play fighting games. JRPGs, you just play JRPGs. Horror games, you just play horror games, you know. It's not as crazy as a single game, but at least you get the variety of that genre, you know? And that works too. My biggest issue is I go through games pretty fast. Like I beat games pretty fast when it comes to streaming them. Usually it's about like 2 weeks of streaming, which is like 3 days, 3 hours a day for 3 days a week. And usually the game is done within about 2 to 3 weeks. Well, about 2 or so weeks, you know? And then when you're done with the game, you're like, damn, I gotta spend another $60 or $70 on the next game. And then you're kind of blowing through games and money. And you're just like, damn, I'm gonna go broke. So I had to figure out something that I can do that won't destroy my fucking wallet, you know? Because games are kind of expensive too. Yeah, there's emulators too. Emulators is an option. I'm kind of like on the fence when it comes to emulators, you know? There's definitely a lot of crackdown on emulators these days. Especially if you're emulating a Nintendo game. I feel like emulators would affect any type of if you're trying to get any type of future sponsorship from a company and they found out that you're emulating all their games and you never paid for them. Like if I was trying to be like a Capcom creator and I was like emulating every single Capcom game, I don't think they'll want to give me their games for free or give me money because I was always stealing from them in the first place, you know? If anything, they're gonna try to demonetize my ass. Yeah. Maybe they don't care enough, you know? I know Nintendo would. Nintendo cares enough. Maybe I should use an example like Nintendo or something, you know? No, I think Capcom would care. Didn't they do that whole thing about mods and stuff at one point? And it made a lot of the modders and because it was like Resident Evil. I remember there was like a whole thing that they implemented for like a lot of the games for anti-cheat system or whatever. I can't remember the name of the system, but they implemented it and it prevented from people modding the games. and it caused like a huge uproar. I don't know if they ever took that back or not, but I remember it was like a really big thing for a lot of the people that enjoyed Resident Evil games, because it was like implemented on all the Capcom games. So they definitely do kind of care. Because why are you putting an anti-cheat system in a single player game, you know? But yeah, I feel like that is true too. As long as you have the audience, you're kind of like get away with a little bit more. Probably. Yeah, that's just my thoughts. Don't at me. I won't reply. Yeah, I'm thinking about Monster Hunter, but if I was to do Monster Hunter, I would need to. There's 2 games that I'm thinking about on my list of games that I would want to like hyper focus on. If I was to hyper focus on a game, it would either be Enzoi, which is like a Sims like game, but the downside to that is I'll be stuck in Sims like games, like cozy life games and stuff like that, you know, which I can't see myself being stuck in that forever. I do love The Sims and all that stuff, but I wouldn't want to be stuck in that. I might lose my love for it, you know, because you burn yourself out and you just be like so tired of that specific type of game. Because my ADHD just cannot, you know. And then there's Monster Hunter. So I really love Monster Hunter, and there's like a bunch of other Monster Hunter games that I haven't played. Because me personally, the only Monster Hunter games that I've played is Monster Hunter Online, which I did the whole VPN, all that stuff in order to get onto Monster Hunter Online, because it was only available in like Korea and Japan and stuff like that. So you had to like get a special account and all that shit. There's a lot of hoops just to play Monster Hunter Online, and I did it. So I played Monster Hunter Online and I played Monster Hunter Worlds, and those are literally the only 2 Monster Hunter games that I've ever played. In Monster Hunter World, I have like, I think it's like almost 300 hours in or something like that, which is not really a lot, but it still is more than I've put in a lot of games. I think the only game that I've put so much time into would be Final Fantasy 14 and League of Legends. Those are the only 2 games that like hit probably like 1,000-hour mark or something like that. My other games are usually like in the hundreds, and Monster Hunter World is like in the 200s and 300s, you know. I don't even know if I played the 3DS version. Part of me says I have, but I'm just gonna say I haven't, you know. My biggest thing, I wanted to play a Monster Hunter game originally, but I wanted to play it on my PC. But there's no way. Monster Hunter Worlds wasn't out yet. It wasn't even announced yet. So I was like, man, I really want to play Monster. I want to get into Monster Hunter, but I don't want to play it on a console or anything like that. I don't want to play it on the Switch or the 3DS or the PlayStation or whatever it was on at the time. So I did like a lot of research, and I was like, oh, I could play Monster Hunter Online. So I jumped through a lot of hoops to play Monster Hunter Online. And then when I finished jumping through all those hoops, there's the game that came out called Dauntless. I believe it was called Dauntless. And it was like the Monster Hunter competitor at the time. And it was available online. So I was like, sweet, a game that I can play on my PC. Because at the end of the day, I'm more of a PC gamer than I am a console gamer. Like, I have consoles, but I only play the consoles for like very specific games like Kingdom Hearts and the Final Fantasy series and Smash Bros and stuff like that, you know? but majority of the time I'm at my computer and I play computer games. So I was like, I need a Monster Hunter game, but for the computer. And then Dauntless came, and then Dauntless did fizzle out. I don't really know if anyone really plays Dauntless anymore, to be honest, because they announced Monster Hunter Worlds like right when I was starting to get into Dauntless. They're like, hey, we heard you. We know that you wanted a whatchamacallit, a Monster Hunter game on the PC. What about Dauntless? So I actually like played like the beta and stuff like that. I think I spent money to get into it. Like I bought the game and get early access and test it and all that stuff. And I got like the pre-order shit for Dauntless. And then as soon as they announced Monster Hunter World, I pretty much dropped Dauntless and I went straight into Monster Hunter World. It is really good. That's why I'm excited for Wilds. I played Wilds on Friday, and the bow is just so good. It's still good. I love the bow. So I'll definitely be getting Wilds. The only issue with Wilds is I'm running I have a 2080 Ti. So you can already imagine how that went. Which is actually not that bad, because if you go to my gaming YouTube, which is just Nick's Altius, I streamed it on Friday, Monster Hunter Worlds. The only issue that I had with the stream was the playback is not like high quality. It's not in like HD or anything like that. It's like you're watching in 720 or some shit. So there's definitely some quality issue there. I think it might be because of my computer itself. But the other issue that I had was whenever I walked through water, the water would just disappear. Because my card was not having it. I didn't get any polygon creatures or anything like that like most people were. And I was playing on medium, but I was definitely getting some like some of the rocks were definitely were polygons in the distance or whatever. The water just completely disappeared as soon as I stepped in it. So I don't know if it was a visual bug or not for me, or if it was because my graphics card just wasn't liking it, you know? Cause I hit the recommended. I'm like a little smidge above the recommended on the thing, because it was like you need like a 2060 or something like that for the recommended or whatever, and I have like a 2080 Ti, so it wasn't that bad. I was like, oh, I'm a 2080 Ti. I'm like barely above the recommended. Let me see. Yeah, the recommended is a RTX 2070, and I have a RTX 2080. And then the processor is like i5, and I have like an i9, so I'm like a smidge above the recommended, and everything else I pretty much like gap, you know, like RAM I gap that, you know. So I don't know. I'd be a Monster Hunter creator. I enjoy Monster Hunter. I could put hours into Monster Hunter. I've put hours into Monster Hunter before. and it'll be fun because I can play with other people too. Go hunting with viewers and with other content creators. That'd be really fun. Why do you say that? Okay. I saved it already. Oh, that's a good thing. If you can go up for hours on it, that's a good thing. That means you really enjoy the game. I think I might on my gaming channel, while we wait for Wilds, I'll probably play Worlds over again. It's been a minute since I played Worlds, so from now, not really like now as in like today, right now, whatever, but from the point of when I start playing it up until Wilds, I might just do Monster Hunter, you know, Monster Hunter Worlds. It won't be on this channel though. This channel is like specifically art until they ban me. When they ban me, then I'll make it a game channel. If I get banned again, probably just gonna be playing games on this channel, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, it really was. But I think I figured out why I was banned, so I'm doing everything to kind of go around it in a way, you know? Not around it as in like, well, I'm still doing it, but they just haven't caught me yet, but more of, I know the line and I'm gonna make sure I don't cross it. And I think the biggest issue wasn't because of hips or anything, but because I zoomed in. So I was working on the back part and it was like right here where I was connecting the legs and stuff, and I was like zoomed in to try to sculpt that out. I think as long as I don't zoom in, I'll be fine, you know? But if I keep it at a distance, I'll be fine. And then maybe the shader, like if I keep it like a dark shade, like this dark, how dark I have it now, where it kind of like blends in with the background in a way, I'm probably fine, you know? Doing some experimenting to see what I can do to continue working on my art and stuff like that without worried about getting banned. And these are some things that I'm thinking about that might help, you know? But maybe I can if it's dark enough, because it's like the character that I'm working on right now is almost as dark as the background, but it's not too dark where I can't tell what's going on, you know? It's just dark enough. So maybe the robot or automated system that's like moderating people's streams can't tell the difference between the backgrounds. I think I'll probably be in trouble if I was to like add color, you know, that you could tell the difference between the background and the character itself. But if I keep it kind of shaded, maybe I'm fine. So not gonna be zooming in, not gonna be shading. I got my eye on my email, so if I get an email, because they sent me a warning first, I just didn't have my email open, I didn't see the warning. And I haven't got a warning yet today, so I think we're figuring something out. I think we got it, you know? I think we're on to something. I'm trying to think though. What's a pose that I can do? Anyone got any pose ideas? You can drop some poses and drop a link to the poses you have in chat. So I need to think of like a pose that I want to do. Kind of get a general idea of her personality in the corner over there, the opposite side of where I'm at. That's the character that I'm working on. Oh, it's about time for me to go anyway. It's almost 1 o'clock. Ah, shit, didn't even notice the time. Tomorrow I'll be back though, and I'll have a pose in mind. I'm gonna sleep on it. Not really like sleep as I'm going to bed right now. I'm actually gonna get ready for work. I'm gonna cook and get ready for work. But by tomorrow, I'm gonna have a pose in mind, and then we'll go from there. Because once I pose it out, then I'll start making the dress portion. I just don't want to do it while in T-pose. I like to break the symmetry whenever I really start making the clothing and stuff like that. I prefer making the clothes when I'm not in symmetry. That's why I kind of just have this portion kind of made, where it's just the top half of the dress or whatever, and then I'll make the bottom half flow, and then I'll combine the two. I'll combine these pieces together with the however I posed it, and then it'll be smooth sailing from there. I just gotta think of a pose, that's all. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end stream here. I appreciate everybody that came out today. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, 10 a.m. CST. Let me we'll raid on out the usual. I follow a rock. There's this channel. It's called Praise Rock, and it's a rock in Japan that's just hanging there, and it tells you the weather. Like if the rock is wet, then it's probably raining. You know, that kind of stuff. I follow a rock. We'll head on over to Magnus Mark 1. He is the he's a great streamer, great friend in the stream. He's also the leader of the stream team that I'm a part of, and he's just not going live. If you like anything horror related, he is the man. We're gonna head on over there. It looks like he's gonna be playing some Vampire Survivors, and he's gonna do some Final Fantasy 14 PvP and stuff like that. And he just started his stream, so we'll head on over there. I appreciate everyone that came out today. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm Nyx, and I'll be signing out. Y'all have a good one. Get out of here.